Your next question, is how do you plan to ensure that all students, clubs, and organizations feel valued on this campus?
It's a pretty tall order. Well, I know that I feel valued when I feel like people are listening to me. So, as a president, I would have an open door policy, which is similar to the president of our school's policy. I wouldn't be able to have all of my free time with students, obviously, but I would be willing to listen. I know that going into this, the reason that I got involved in Student Senate was because I wanted to make a difference. And it's been a struggle. It's really been a struggle because I haven't really felt like a lot of people are listening objectively. I kind of feel like everyone has their own agenda, which obviously is natural. I think in order to feel valued, you have to value yourself. And I think that taking care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, if you can do that and if you can feel value within yourself, then you can look around and see the value in other people. If you're on the defensive and you're walking around scared that someone's going to hurt you, it's a little bit harder to see that in other people. So, thank you.
What is your number one priority as a student senate president? Student senate president.
My education, definitely. I'm sure all of you involved in Student Senate know what a time commitment, and not only time commitment, but emotional commitment this is. I'm here to learn. I'm at this specific college because they offer basketball. Basketball is no longer being offered, but if I'm elected to this position, I will be here for another year, and this is what I will be doing. And I'll put my heart and soul the same way that I put my heart and soul into basketball. If I could do one thing for students, it would be to take some of those struggles away, whatever it is, whether it's being there to listen, whether it's being part of the SLBC and listening to their arguments to hear why they think they should be funded, whether it's daycare, whether it's being sensitive to the fact that I'm a woman and maybe I might be able to communicate a little bit better. Maybe. I was just going to throw it out there. I have a different style. I have a different way of doing things. And I think everyone in this room does. And I think we should celebrate the fact that everyone has a different style.
Can you please tell us about a time you had experienced conflict and how you have dealt with it?
Experienced what?
Conflict and how you dealt with it.
Just one time? Sure. When I was 17, I had a pretty difficult conversation with my parents. They have very strong beliefs and are very stubborn. That's where I get a little bit of that from. And ultimately, my father told me that I was no longer welcome at the house. I wasn't allowed to speak to my siblings, completely excommunicated from the entire community that I had grown up living in. And how I dealt with that was made up my mind that I wasn't going to take no for an answer from anybody. I've heard, I'm going to quote one of my friends, that a no is the first step to yes. When people say maybe to you, I don't like maybes. I don't like the uncertainty. Tell me yes or tell me no. But whatever you tell me, I'm not going to stop. I use every struggle and every piece of everything that I find in my life to try to make it into something more beautiful. I don't always succeed, but I try. That's pretty much all I can do at this point.
All right, Kerrick, you have 3 minutes to close.
Sweet, I get to finish my story. Okay, so this bird is cut out of a book, and I have looked up the book and I haven't read it yet, but that's not important. What is important is the fact that I found this bird outside of a hospital. I was there with my team, visiting one of our teammates who had had surgery, and it was at the beginning of the season when I was feeling pretty overwhelmed, pretty out of place on a basketball team that I am a minority on. It was very difficult to go into that knowing that I was going to struggle and knowing that I was going to feel out of place. But I've used this bird. I don't know if you have been in the gym building, but I used this bird to cut out pictures of my team from the school newspaper and put them up on a tree with a quote that is, "Call us a flock, family, clan, or tribe. Whatever you call us, whoever you are, you need one." Someone took down the birds. They were pinned. That's kind of sad to me. But I still have this one, and I still have my team, and I still have school. In closing, I would really like to accomplish a lot over the next year. I know that I am going to accomplish a lot over the next year, regardless of if it's here and regardless of if it's as a student senate president. I'm really happy to be part of this team, and I really appreciate all of you sitting through 3 speeches. I know that it's probably hasn't been easy. But all of you have a really good afternoon. And if you decide to vote for me on the 24th, whether or not you let me know. If you did, that's fine. If you don't, still, I mean, open door policy, whether or not I'm elected president. Come say hi. I appreciate nice interaction. So, thank you.